in WordPress, we have certain widgetized areas that allow us to put in little different types of widgets. And over here, one of the most popular widgetized areas is the sidebar. And you'll see we have a bunch of stuff over here on the sidebar, a bunch of different little widgets, some for Instagram, comments, and calendars, and tag cloud down here. There's also a couple of footer widgets areas, one that goes all the way across, and another right below that goes all the way across. And I'll show you exactly how you access those and how you change the widgets here. Here in the dashboard, I'm going to come down here to Appearance, and then I'm going to click on Widgets. And that's going to take me here into the interface. It's got a nice point-and-click interface for widgets. As you see, I've got bottom one and bottom two, and those were those two sections that I was talking about, as well as slideshow. None of these are currently being used in the system, but they are available if you do want to use them. The only widgetized area that we're currently using in the system is the sidebar, and you'll see we have 8 different widgets in here right now. And if we come out here, we can go down and count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our tag cloud is 8. Now, these can be rearranged very easily. For instance, I could take and grab categories and put them above the social networks if I want to. Wait for a second, and once I see that little icon up here that's letting me know it's saving it to the database, once that's done, this is now automatically live out front. And you'll see when I scroll down here, now I have categories above the social networking. So be aware that there isn't, unlike the menu when you make a change and you drag and drop and make changes to the menus, when you drag and drop stuff here, this will actually automatically become live out in the front of the site once this has automatically been saved. So I drag and drop those social networks back above categories, and now when I go back and I refresh the page, now instead of the categories being here, you're going to see that the Find Me On or the social networking links have now been added above categories the way they were before. And I didn't have to save anything or anything like that. The only time we get into saving stuff here in widgets, actually, is when we open up the widget, and you'll see that if I were to make changes to this widget, then right below here there is a Save button. And when I make those changes to the widget, I will need to click that Save button then for them to become live on the outside, but that's only when I make changes to the widgets. If I drag and drop them or drag them off of here to get rid of them, then they will just automatically be represented out front when I do that. Now, you'll see here I have a tag cloud, and it's showing title is popular tags, and it's giving me the taxonomy that I'm using is tags. You're also going to see show widget for everyone, and you can tell it to hide it on specific pages if you want to. That is something that's actually built into the theme here that we've integrated. That is actually not something that is normally seen in WordPress. This is actually custom for your theme, and you're going to see this represented in all widgets. Whether they're made by WordPress or whether they were made by Hercules, which is you're going to see the makers of the theme. So whenever you do, as you can see, just click on that little icon, just like in the menus, and you'll get the options for that widget. Each widget kind of has different options. You usually have a title. Here this is a widget for recent comments, and it'll say, okay, how many recent comments do you want me to show? Up here in the Instagram widget, it'll say, what title do you want? What's your Instagram user ID? What's your Instagram access token, which is necessary to access the pictures via API? How many images do you want me to show? Do you want likes shown? Do you want the caption for the image shown? You'll see it depends on exactly what the widget is. It's going to have different options. Here we have latest posts, number of posts to show the meta, sort them by date, show the post title. We're not showing any excerpts. As you can see, some of them get pretty detailed. Here we have categories. This is just a text box, and this is just code in here, so you won't want to change any of those. The default WordPress category widgets did not show these in the correct order and could be not made to because there was actually no criteria for them to do that. No way for us to give the system criteria to do that. So we went ahead and created a custom category, some custom code here so that we could get them displayed correctly as we wanted them. So So down here, social networks, you'll see we have social networks. This widget has been altered slightly. You'll come down, one of the things you'll see is there is Pinterest, and it's actually not Pinterest. This is actually showing your Tumblr URL. So you're going to see Tumblr here in place of Pinterest, and it is going to show, though, out front, it will show the correct Tumblr logo and show Tumblr, because we went into the code and we've changed it not to show the Pinterest logo, but instead to show the Tumblr logo appropriately. So that you may notice a slight inconsistency there. So other than that, and this is a very long widget, as you can see, very, very easy to add and delete widgets, though. For instance, like let's say right below the tag cloud, I wanted to show a custom menu. I'm just going to drag that in here, and I'm just going to drop it right below tag cloud. And I'm going to select the footer navigation menu. I'm not even going to give it a title, and I'm just going to click Save. Now out here, when I refresh the page and I come down to the very bottom, you're going to see right below tags, I've got a little menu that has the same menu items that my footer menu has. So that's what that's done. That's added that custom menu in there. Now, maybe I give it a title of, maybe this is, popular links for your site. So I give it a title. I save it. Now when I refresh, I've got a title, just like I have here. I'm going to have that show up down here right above the menu. So now I've customized that menu. I've customized this. I've said this is going to be called popular links, and I'm sourcing that from the footer navigation menu. But what if I don't want that on there right now? What if I want to get rid of that? Well, a couple of things. I could just grab this and pull it off over here, so it's no longer on the screen and it will disappear. I can click this open, and I can click delete, and it will disappear, and it will go away. When I do either one of those things, it is gone forever, meaning that all of the changes that I made in here, I told it to select this from the footer menu and to call it popular links. This is now gone, and I can't get it back. I would have to drag that widget back in here and fill those both out. I would have to re-put in popular links and reselect that it was a footer menu. But what if I only want this gone for a little while, and I want to be able to bring this back and drop that back in there when I want to? I can actually grab this and drag this all the way down to this area right down here called inactive widgets and drop that right in there. And now this widget is sitting in there, and I can come in here and I can make changes to the widget, do whatever I want, but that widget is gone from the outside of my site, as you can see as I refresh the page. It's not there, it's gone. But now if I wanted it back, I just grab that widget, come right up here, right underneath my tag cloud right there, drop it back in. And now when I refresh the page, right underneath my tag cloud, I've got my widget, and you'll see, let me refresh that again. Sometimes it takes a minute for them to update in the database. There we go. Now you'll see I have my widget, and it's sourcing from the menu down here, and from the same menu that the footer has, and it retained its title, which is popular links. So all that information was retained, and all I did was drag it down here and just drop it into inactive widgets. But if I want it to go away forever, like I said, I can just drag it off of here and drop it somewhere over there, and it will just disappear, or I can open this up here and click delete, and you'll see this will, like that, and once that's done, this is now gone, and when I come out here and I refresh the page, now you'll see underneath popular tags, that link menu has now gone away. So that is how you add, remove, and adjust widgets here in WordPress.